Describe to us, like, because I know when people say independent, the first thing we think about is, of course, you're funding your own projects. But what are the other things that independent artists have to do compared to like signing a contract with a music label? I feel like the music scene right now is a bit, it's a bit like, it's a bit dry.
I'm struggling to find new music. I've listened to the same songs on repeat.
Stormzy?
I'm thinking Stormzy.
Stormzy, yeah. I feel like
Stormzy
you and
one.
Stormzy would be a really good collaboration.
Yeah.
That would be my number one.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I'm Shay.
I'm Shanique.
You go.
I'm Princess Ade.
I'm Emma.
So yes, do you want to introduce yourself? Let them know who you are and what you do.
I am Princess Ade. I am a singer, songwriter, artist.
Don't be shy now. Don't be shy.
Yourself. Let us know who you are, what you do.
I make Afro R&B, I guess.
Okay.
And yeah, I've been doing music for I've been releasing music for about 2 years now.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's been going pretty well.
I love that.
So you said you've been doing it for 2 years. What happened prior to the 2 years? What were you doing? You said you were a songwriter as well, so I don't know if that's what you're doing before.
So I've been singing since I was young. So I guess kind of like I was a trained classical singer. So then I decided that I wanted to kind of sing like pop songs and R&B. So kind of made that switch. Which is kind of hard because it's not really the same thing, but yeah, kind of decided to do that. And then I guess a couple of years after that, I decided that I actually wanted to kind of like make music and release music. So kind of was working on that for a couple of years, and I just thought, do you know what? I think now's the time to actually put my music out there, because if I don't do it now, then I'll actually never do it. So let's just, start and see how it goes. And yeah, I've been doing that ever since. I think I've released about 6 or 7 songs in the past 2 years.
Nice.
So yeah.
So is it your latest single, Feel Your Soul? Is that your...
Yes.
Can you talk to us a little bit about that? Is that kind of... I actually really like the intro. It gives me like Amapiano kind of vibes.
Yes.
Yeah, I was going to say that as well.
I love it.
It's definitely kind of Amapiano vibes, very kind of like your club kind of vibe.
Yeah,
like
definitely.
Upbeat, obviously about, partying, music, all that jazz. So yeah, I made that when I went to Nigeria last summer. So yeah, that's kind of what that is about. It's done really well. Yeah, I love that song as well.
No, it is a really good song.
That is good.
How do you feel like... So you said you went to Nigeria. How do I phrase this? Did you go there for a holiday, or was you did you go there purposely to make music?
So last summer I went to Nigeria on a trip. I was there for about 3 weeks. Went to do music solely. I had a couple of club appearances there as well. I think I ended up recording about 8 songs whilst I was out there. So I was just working with like producers and things like that, and instrumentalists. So that was kind of like a really fun experience. What else did I do? I did some content whilst I was out there as well, which is pretty cool. Yeah, I went out a lot. And yeah, that was pretty much my trip. It was just like a working trip, basically, with some fun added to it.
Yeah, of course, always. What's the difference between the music scene here and in Nigeria?
There's so much like raw talent in Nigeria. Everyone's like really, really hungry for it in Nigeria. The sound is different. Like, I can definitely hear a difference between the music that I've made here and the music that I've made in Nigeria.
Wow.
Like, way different. And I feel like, actually, I'm not sure if I can say for sure, but the songs that I've made in Nigeria have done better than the songs I've made here.
Wow.
But maybe that's because I released those ones kind of later, and obviously like I'm growing as an artist and people finding out about me and stuff like that. So I'm like accumulating fans and stuff. So maybe that is also the reason.
Mhm.
But I just feel like yeah, I get like a lot more great feedback on those songs.
Got you.
Okay.
Got you. So was Feel Your Soul made in Nigeria?
Mhm.
Okay. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, so do you feel like you as an artist then you prefer Nigeria to the UK?
What, like to make music?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also feel like the process is quicker as well. Like I feel like I get more stuff done like in the studio in Nigeria compared to here. I don't know why that is, but yeah, it just kind of happens that way. So yeah, I feel like in Nigeria, obviously, like I'm there, like I'm focused. I don't really have any distractions and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm going there for the sole purpose of making music. Whereas like here, it's kind of like I'm trying to make music around my schedule. Obviously, like I have a 9 to 5, so it's like okay, maybe like I can do stuff after work or at the weekends. It's kind of like, you know, so yeah.
How's it been though, juggling a 9 to 5 and still trying to, you know, do music at the same time?
It's hard.
It must be, yeah.
It's hard. It's hard as like an independent artist as well. Because obviously like my financial backing comes from me. So it's like obviously I have to make sure that, you know, I'm still employed and I'm still working and stuff like that so that I can fund music.
Yeah.
But in terms of kind of like actually balancing it, it's been okay so far. I haven't really had any issues. Yeah, like I don't go into the office, so I work from home.
Okay,
that's all right then.
Not too bad.
That's better.
Oh, yeah.
That, you know, as soon as it hits 5, I kind of be like, okay, cool. Maybe like if have to go to the studio, then I can kind of do that.
Yeah.
Or if I have like content to shoot, then I can just do that.
Yeah.
You know? So yeah, it's been okay. I've been lucky.
Oh, that's good.
And how has it been like trying to build connections in the music scene, in the UK music scene? How has that been?
It's been okay. Again, I would say I've been really lucky with the people that I have met who have been really kind of forthcoming and open and kind of who have introduced me to people. So that's been really great. And I get invited to quite a lot of different like stuff that happens and things. So obviously I get to meet people there. But yeah, it's been good. Like I don't have any complaints on that side, to be honest.
Yeah. Okay, that's good. That's good.
Do you have any like artists in the UK that you want to collab with in the future? And why as well?
I would say probably like it has to be like a big rapper. Yeah.
In the UK?
Okay, who's big? Nines?
Central C.
Central C? What Nines?
Good.
Who else is big?
I'm thinking
Stormzy.
Stormzy, yeah. I feel like
my
you and Stormzy would be a really good collaboration.
Yeah. Would be my number one.
Yeah.
Artist to work with. Yeah.
They're doing bits right now. They're doing
really well. I feel like the music scene right now is a bit dry.
I'm struggling to find new music. I've listened to the same songs on repeat.
You know, I listen to a lot of American music.
I do as well.
Like I don't know who in the UK is kind of like.
I was gonna ask you, do you feel like, and I've said this on the pod before, do you feel like the UK artists they don't seem like they're like hardworking as well as other countries like an American or like back in Nigeria?
No, I wouldn't say that. I would say maybe the focus is different. Like with Americans, they're so focused on kind of like putting out content and maybe just kind of like being really in your faces, like they're on their socials a lot and stuff like that. But I feel like with the UK artists, we don't kind of get that from them. Like I can't really name any UK artist apart from maybe like Stefflon Don, who is really kind of on socials, who is active and stuff like that. So yeah, I think maybe that's to do with like American culture, is that they're just very, very much online.
They are.
Like whereas in the UK, we're not really like that.
But I feel like the UK needs that though. I feel like we need more of our artists to be on social media, because sometimes I like to see like the BTS or behind the scenes of just what's going on, like your creative process of like how you make your music, the ups, the lows. Like I like to know about it, because Nine's done like a mini vlog series when he was creating his project, and it made me feel like, not to say I was there, but it made me feel like part of the project. Yeah, so I feel like more artists in the UK need to connect with their audience more so that we can support you more, if that makes sense. I feel like a lot of the times they will ghost and then drop something and expect us to run behind it.
Yeah, I think maybe just like in the UK, just showing personality a little bit more.
That's it.
Yeah.
If that's like doing a vlog or a BTS or something, just like talking to the camera, being like, "Hey guys, I'm doing this today."
Yeah.
It's kind of very American. That's such an American thing to do, but it works.
Yeah.
It really works. Exactly.
And Stormzy does it. There's a reason.
It does on TikTok.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And everyone loves it.
Yeah. Because you even have like Melissa Wardrobe that's in part of his team doing her own content that makes it more curious, because she sometimes posts with Stormzy herself. So it's like, as long as you have people around you that, you know, showcase you as an artist, it does, you know, it does work. It does work. But even speaking about creative process, and how is your creative process? What is your creative process like? If you was to make a track, like, where does your mind go? Do you do like specific things to make music, or like, how does it work for you?
Not specifically. I'm kind of just like, let's just go to the studio and see how I'm feeling. And then whatever kind of mood I'm in, maybe I'll tell the producer like, okay, cool, I'm kind of feeling like, I don't know, like sad girl today. Let's do like sad girl. Or let's do like vibes. Like I'm feeling kind of like, you know, like party-ish. Let's kind of do that. And then we usually start off with a beat first. And then from the beat, kind of like do melodies. And then from the melodies, then words will come. And then words form into different sentences. And then song.
Okay. You hearing that, Shan? In it.
So, is there like any songs that you made that you've chosen not to release? And like, is there any specific reasons why?
Yeah, loads.
Why is that?
Okay, so before I released my very first song, I did an EP. Probably like the year before that. And this whole EP was based off of my ex-boyfriend and our breakup.
Damn.
Was this was you newly single? Did you just break up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like it was like fresh.
Shy.
Like,
I want to hear that.
It is, as in.
You went to the studio and made a song about it.
But you know,
a little diss track in there.
I listened to the songs again, maybe like a couple of weeks ago.
Oh.
Just because I was like, wait, I have this whole EP. Like, and I'm not sure if I had it on my phone or where it was. Where did I store it? So I was looking for it, and I found it. And I was listening to it and I was like, oh my God, I cannot believe I made this. Because I could just tell I was so angry.
Oh my God.
To the point where I was just like, it sounded like I was shouting. I was fuming.
But what if you could redo it again? Just tweak a certain things and drop it, because like even Summer Walker,
in my bang,
her first exactly like
100%.
I will never get over Summer Walker's album. Like the first one she dropped, I will never get over it. I love it.
Over it.
Like you never know where it's gonna go. Like, I feel like you should just do it again. Like do it again and drop it.
I could redo it again, and I feel like it could be.
Yeah,
like
promise. Yeah,
great.
Because I want to hear it.
Great R&B body of work. That was like a pure it was R&B thing. I was even like rapping in some of the.
Yeah, I need to hear that one. I didn't know you rap.
Like I was angry.
Damn.
I was really angry. But after I did it, I was like, yeah, this is never seeing the light of day.
Wow.
Obviously, the people that have heard it.
Okay, and what's their opinion?
At the time, they were like, oh my God, this is so good. But then I'm looking back at it and I'm just thinking, this is not
they were
great. Like, this is not great. And maybe they were just kind of like, I don't know, just trying to support because they knew the situation or whatever. Yeah. But I'm just kind of like, no.
And this was in the beginning stages of your career.
Yeah, I was going to release a whole EP around this point.
That's wild.
Like Shay said, tweak it.
Yeah, like actually like tweak it and
You
then
probably would
release
never
it.
know there
You
was
never
button.
know where it's gonna like.
I think
Because someone else could be going through that same emotion that you're going through.
He's heard
I think
it.
he's heard it, yeah. Because there was one day.
Damn. Still release it.
Can't really remember, but I do think there was a day when he came to the studio and they were playing him my songs. I do think that happened.
Oh wow! How do you have a conversation after that? Like, all right, cool.
Okay, but you know when like the breakup is fresh, so you're not really kind of sure whether you actually hate the person or you want to get back with them.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah.
Okay, got you.
So it's kind of like, okay, even though he heard it, maybe he's just like, oh, she made herself want me. Like, I think the conversation after that was kind of a bit like, oh, that's what he's saying. like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, but we don't talk anymore, so.
Yeah, I think drop that anyway.
Yeah, that's what I drop
what you
it.
gotta do.
Yeah, do what you need.
So talking about the beginning of your career, what's the difference between your first song to your later song?
In the beginning, I was so kind of focused on just doing R&B. Which I feel like that's still where my heart is because I love R&B music. Like I would listen, like I would play R&B songs from the moment I wake up to the time that I go to sleep. Like I'm an R&B babe. Like, yeah. So I feel like now I've kind of shifted to Afro beats, but then where it's kind of like, okay, I'm kind of singing still in like the R&B style and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, just kind of not purely R&B anymore.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got you. How do you think you as a person and artist has changed since you started out as well? What's the difference?
I feel like I've seen a lot of things in the industry that have just kind of opened my eyes.
Oh boy.
I feel like I'm not so naive anymore. Like in the beginning, I was definitely trusting everybody and, you know, listening to people kind of like tell me all these promises that they're going to do for me and then just never do it.
Yeah.
Or, you know, so now I'm just kind of like, okay, cool. I know when somebody kind of says something along this line, then they can't do it. So let me just walk away now.
Yeah.
If not, I'm going to be sitting here for ages just wasting my time. So yeah, I would say that's the only thing. Really.
Do you think being independent is the best move for you as an artist, or would you eventually like to be like under a label or anything?
I would eventually like to have some sort of deal, whether that's a kind of like a distribution deal or a record deal, if it made sense though. But obviously being independent can be kind of disheartening at times because obviously you're funding yourself and there's stuff that you want to do that you just don't have funds for.
Yeah.
So it'll be nice to have like a backing of like a bigger institution who's like behind you.
You know, from like, could you describe to us like, because I know when people say independent, the first thing we think about is of course you're funding your own projects, but what are the other things that independent artists have to do compared to like signing a contract with a music label?
That's a good question.
Because I'm always curious, thinking I know it's about money, but what other things do they have to actually do to like get on stage and perform and things like that, like promotion wise and everything as well?
Yeah, you promote yourself, you're behind your promotion, or you can pay somebody to do that. Obviously, that's another cost.
Yeah.
So, like stuff like that, like a management. Even though there are different types of deals that you could kind of enter with a manager, some people pay their managers, some people have a manager who takes a percentage, and stuff like that. So obviously that would be something that a label would kind of cover. And then just little things like when it comes to like content creation, like you're paying out your pocket to